Hopefully inspire us to do things differently. It's an attitude which you can have. So what we just discovered is that if you have an attitude where you actually collaborate, you can actually come up with more creative ideas. When you have that attitude of curiosity and want to discover something, explore, you can actually find a more interesting and new idea as well. If you have an attitude of optimism, where you say probably more often yes to things, you're optimistic into the world, you're going to be more creative as well and have more ideas. And also we have specific mindsets around innovation, which here at Google we use 3 different distinct things to actually practice those mindsets. One is that we start with understanding our users. Building empathy, to actually put yourself into somebody else's shoes, to understand how they see the world. How the people who have a specific problem, how they feel about that problem and see that problem. So understanding the people you're designing solutions for is always the best start, because that actually helps you to shift your perspective. The second thing is we're trying to come up not just with 10% better ideas, which are like incremental improvements, but we're trying to take those big leaps, 10 times better ideas. And if you force yourself to come up with 10 times better solutions, then you actually come up with things which are quite different. Sometimes you have to actually look at the problem in a very different way as well. And then we're trying to experiment. We have a culture of what we call launch and iterate. So putting things out into the world very early so that we can get feedback from people about our products and our services helps us to really experiment. Being prototype driven helps us to learn really fast and maximize our learning.
Well, put simply, X is a moonshot factory. Okay, that's nice. We kind of all know what a factory is, but what is a moonshot? Okay, so a moonshot is basically when you take a big, huge problem, like a gigantic problem. You pair that with a breakthrough technology, and then you pair those two with a really crazy means by which to apply that breakthrough technology to that big, huge problem.
Virtual reality puppet theater. So it was a puppet theater, and I could control the world. I could move the trees and sun and stars and people.
The organizer is to watch your team and determine how can you get them where they need to be. Cool? So we're going to do 3 activities today, and we'll explain why we're doing them and how
I'm the terrible ideas creator.
Look and create them. The way you create them is what you will get back. It's kind of like what the mother said, but she said it in a way that was like, yeah, right.
Reimagining learning. Imagining how learning can be totally different than just sitting and paying attention and being passive recipients of information.
And individually, and it's a chance to connect with people. Are these all true? Yes.
Had that actually, although it was just recently renovated, that using the
Pull yourself? We didn't make the mud, but we made the insert. The inserts.
make the inserts. Yeah. Is this it? The graduate students in the design program. There's about 12 to 15 per year. We just rebooted this year Design for Impact.
Oh.
Design for Impact. That's the name of the program. Yeah.
And is that an undergrad program?
No, that's only graduate.
Okay.
And the notion is that it's much broader than product design. It's about services and you know, strategic design thinking, and so it's bigger than products. Is why they no longer call it that. The whole tower is getting turned, essentially. But what I didn't think to do was, what if you just keep turning the whole tower? Just keep turning the whole tower. That would have been blooms. And it took me 5 years to realize that. So, again, keep in mind that what's really going on here, when you see one of these openings going back and forth and back and forth and working its way down, you're actually seeing every single one of those openings on the whole structure in sequence of what you could call birth order from the center. Go in opposite directions. And so they're kind of colliding with itself. It's kind of colliding with itself.
Hi everybody. So I made all these panels. I CNC'd the wood panels. The blue ones are acoustic panels with acoustic insulation behind just a simple fabric. You can see the speakers in the front, and the blue panels are strategically placed to minimize the reflection of the sound. So if you're sitting here in one of these middle seats, you want to have the sound come directly from the speaker to you into your ears. You don't want it to bounce off the wall and then to your ears. That's a longer distance, and so you hear the sound twice, and it sounds muddled.
Most importantly, where'd you go to high school?
I went to Colfax High School.